So hopefully it all looks good. Am I on focus? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I decided to do my labor and delivery video. And if you guys could hear the AC, I'm sorry, it's just really hot in here if I turn it off. So I'm gonna try to talk a little bit loud, but my baby's asleep, so not that loud, you know what I mean? So I have everything written down so I could let you guys know, because it's been like almost 2 months since I gave birth. So I'm kind of fuzzy on memories right now, so that's why I wrote down everything before I would even forget. So I'm gonna talk about everything that led to my labor and delivery, and then I'll talk about how it went and stuff. So I went in on Monday, July 13th for a vaccine that would help me and baby. It was gonna help me with my asthma, and it was gonna help baby. So it was some kind of vaccine, I'm not sure. But at the time when I went in for my vaccine, I was 36 weeks and 3 days. If I look down, it's because I'm looking at my phone. So yeah, I had my appointment around 2. So that day, me and Mario got up around noon and we headed out to our appointment, which was an hour away. So by the time we got there, by the time we put gas, like, we got there just in time for me to go for my appointment. So we didn't eat anything. So I got there and I checked in and I told them what I was going for. So every time I would go into my doctor's appointment, they would check my blood pressure to see if it was okay. So I went in that day, they checked my blood pressure and it was high. So she was like, well, your blood pressure is kind of high. Has it always been high? And I was like, no. Every time I would go to my appointments, my blood pressure was normal, nothing out of the ordinary. So then she was like, okay, then I'll give you your vaccine and then we'll check it again, because maybe the vaccine is gonna help lower your blood pressure down. And I was like, okay. So then we went to another room and I was there waiting for her, and then she came in, gave me my vaccine, and then she checked my blood pressure again and it was still high. So then she was like, well, it's still high, I need to go talk to your doctor and see what he wants to do. She came back and she told me that I had to go across the room to go see my doctor. I went in, I told them, then they called me, checked my blood pressure once again. It was still high, and I wasn't too worried. I wasn't like stressing out or anything at the time. So they took me to a room, and then my doctor came in and he told me that he wanted to get some blood work done, because when you have high blood pressure you could go into preeclampsia, which he didn't want that to happen to me. So he told me he needed some blood work. He talked to some of the nurses, so they sent me to, like, not the waiting room, but the waiting area where you wait and then they call you out so you could go home. So I was waiting there because I thought I was just gonna get blood work done. That's what they told me. They never told me that I was gonna stay at the hospital or anything. This nurse comes and then she takes me like to the other end, which is like the labor and delivery area where I was gonna go, because I was at the OB area and they were gonna take me all the way to labor and delivery, and I didn't know why. As we were walking, she was like, is anyone here with you? And I was like, yeah, my husband, but he could wait outside. And she was like, you know you're gonna stay here for 24 hours, that's what your doctor recommended. And I was like, and then like that's when I started to like not panic but be like, what the heck, like is it too early for me to have my baby, like what's gonna go on? And like I was also scared about the labor and the delivery part of it, and I didn't know like what to expect. So I was like shaky and stuff, and like I was getting really emotional. So she told me, and I was like, okay. We got there, she left me in the waiting room there. So then it's when I called Mario. I told him what was going on. I was like, babe, you need to go leave the dogs home and get your butt over here. I talked to him. I also talked to my mom, and like talking to my mom made me really emotional. She told me not to worry. She told me everything's gonna be okay, just keep calm. And then I started to cry just because it was like being there alone. Like Mario was gonna be there, but we took the dogs that day because I just thought we were gonna come and go, you know what I mean? So then they called me, I filled out the papers, and then they took me to a room. Well, they gave me the stuff to wear, like the robe and stuff. So I changed, I laid down, and when I was laying down, the nurse came and she told me they had to do the COVID test on me, and it was a nose one. Oh my god, it felt so disgusting, so bad. It was the worst thing. They put in my IV and they put everything in, and they put my IV. They also put magnesium in my body, so like they connected me to magnesium as well. I don't know what magnesium is, I don't know, but here is what I felt when they put that thing in to my IV. Like, you just feel really sleepy, you feel so loopy, so out of it, like out of it. Like, I was asleep. Like, as soon as they put, like, I was on magnesium, they put magnesium, and after a while, like after a couple hours, I was like not myself no more. And then every hour they would come in and do blood work, because that's what my doctor wanted. Around nighttime, around really late at night, it was like, honestly, when I was writing my notes down, I didn't know. Like, I was like, when did this happen? Because magnesium, that medication was like really made me stupid. I think it was like around nighttime. I don't know what time it was, maybe 8, 9 at night. So I hadn't I hadn't ate anything that day. And after they put magnesium, like, they recommended and they wanted me not to eat. The only thing I could have was ice chips, which they induced me with the pills. So they gave me pills that would make me dilate and go into labor. I started feeling contractions here and there, but it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't contractions, like I didn't feel contractions, it was just like pressure. And not pressure in my stomach, but pressure in my thigh. Like, for some reason I was feeling pressure on one side of my thigh. It was really uncomfortable, really like not fun. My hospital socks. So then around 2:33, I told my nurse that I wanted the epidural before things got too bad. So around 2 a.m. I was kind of feeling like that pressure in my thighs, and it was kind of hurting, but nothing bad. But I was like, before it gets too worse, I'm just gonna ask for it. I will be a wimp and ask for it, you know what I mean? So around 3:30, the what do you call that guy that gives you the, is it the anesthesiologist? The guy that puts the epidural on? Well, he came in around 3:30, so Mario had to leave the room. And so we were there, he just told me to relax. So he put in the epidural. It didn't hurt, I didn't even feel any pain, to be honest. I knocked out that night. Like, I was like completely out because of the magnesium. So then it was Tuesday, July 14th. They kept doing more blood work every hour or two. And then around that time, I started feeling some contractions, but they weren't bad, like I'm saying. They weren't bad. I don't know what time they checked. It was like around noon, I think. They came in and checked if I had dilated. But I was only dilated 1 centimeter. And then like they came in like an hour later, and I had like an hour or two later. So like, let's say they came back again at 2 p.m. 2:33. I only dilated 0.83 centimeters. So at that time I was at 1.83 centimeters. So from when they induced me with the pill, which was like Monday night, so like Tuesday afternoon, I hadn't dilated anything but 1.83 centimeters. So that's when they talked to my doctor, and he requested for them to induce me, but in my IV. So not with the pill, but with a liquid medication. So they did that. They did that around 3, and that's when I started to dilate a lot. They would come in and check me, and within a couple hours I had already dilated to 10 centimeters. I couldn't push, and like the process of me pushing couldn't happen because baby was too high, Gali was too high up in my stomach area, so I couldn't push, and it wasn't time for me to push yet. I had dilated 10 centimeters, but I think it was like 5:30. Yeah, it was like 5:30. They came in, they set up everything, and they got me ready so I could push, so I could start pushing. I pushed like about 6 to 7 times, but the second to last push, like every time I felt pressure, she told me to push. But the second to last time I pushed, I asked him if I could have a sip of water, because my mouth, my lips were dry, so dry that when I pushed, I felt like real bad. I didn't think I was gonna be able to push. I thought they were just gonna cut me open and be a C-section. My last push, she cut me because Gali's umbilical cord was like around her shoulder, so it was impossible for, it was gonna be very impossible for her to get out without them cutting me, which TMI kind of sucks. I did my final push and Gali arrived. Little Miss Gali came into the world. They cleaned her up, like Mari cut the umbilical cord, they cleaned me up, whatever. Then they stitched me up, or what did they do? Like stitched me, right? Because the other one's staples. Yeah, they stitched me up. We were with baby all night. No, not all night, for an hour, and then they had to take her. And then we were alone that night. I had Gali at 5:59 p.m. Wednesday, which is July 15th, I was still on magnesium. Oh, I forgot one thing. When they induced me with the IV, they also had to take off my magnesium because they thought that was the one preventing me from dilating. So they took me off of magnesium for a while, which felt so good. But after I gave birth, they put me back on it, which kind of sucked. So then Wednesday, they finally took the magnesium off around 6-ish, 7. I had to wait an hour before I was able to eat anything. I got to eat around 8:30. Mario, we ordered some pizza, we ordered some Domino's, so we ate that, and then they came in with dinner for me, dinner from the hospital, which was really good too. I think it was like around 9. They came in and they checked me, and I told them that I needed to pee because I didn't have the phobia in no more. I told them if I could go pee, so my nurse, she helped me. She got everything ready, so I went into the restroom. When I was kind of walking to the restroom, kind of felt like, because my body still had magnesium in it. I went to the restroom, came back, sat down. So me and Mario were getting ready. I was still sitting down on the bed, and I told Mario that I kind of had to get up because I was feeling kind of uncomfortable. So he helped me just stand up for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I started feeling my legs weakened. I started to like I couldn't hear Mario no more, like you know when you have water in your ears, like it felt like his voice felt really far, and I started to hear that beep sound in my ear, and I was kind of getting worried, and then I fell to the floor, and before I blacked out, I was like, Mario, call someone. He was gonna call someone from the phone. I was like, Mario, just go get out and call someone. And then I kind of knocked out for a couple seconds, and then I saw all the nurses coming in. They picked me up, they put me on the bed, they put the oxygen on me, and they checked everything, and it was crazy because I actually thought I was gonna die. Okay, so they transferred me, and then they told us that if we wanted to have Gali over, just to call them. So we did call them, but they unfortunately didn't let us keep Gali in the room because she had jaundice, so she had to be under the blue light for the night. So then the next morning came, they told me that I was gonna get released. That was Thursday, July 16th. We couldn't see Gali, she was still under the light. And then I told Mario that I wanted to shower. I felt icky, I just wanted a fresh shower. So he helped me go into the shower. He showered me. This is kind of deep, so I'm gonna go into it because it was part of what I went through. But when I was in the shower, Mario was helping me and all. my body, myself, I felt disgusting. I felt depressed. I didn't, like, I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Like, I didn't want to kill myself, you know, but I felt depressed. I didn't want to be in that state, because when you give birth, obviously your body is so different. Like, my whole body was different for a while, but like I felt disgusting with my body. I didn't feel like myself, and I kept telling Mario, I did cry to him. Like, we were in the shower and I was just crying. I told him that I didn't like it, that I didn't want to be in this situation. Mario was the only one who knew about it. And so that day, I was still depressed. We couldn't take Gali home, so they were gonna call us on Friday, the next day, to see if we could go pick her up. So that day we got ready, we got in the truck, and I was depressed the whole ride home. I was also in so much pain. Like I was saying, I didn't feel like me, you know. So the whole ride home, I was crying, I was feeling depressed, I didn't want to go home, I just wanted to be alone. But Mario was so supportive. He like talked me out of everything that I was feeling, and I kind of kept it to myself. So like when my mom was around, I was like all happy or acting kind of normal and whatnot. But depression is a real thing, and I thought it wasn't. Obviously I didn't go through it like a lot of women go, like really bad. After a week, I was back on my feet, feeling like myself, you know. And I'm really happy, because I also had my husband there. I had my husband to pray over me, my husband to talk me out of it. I had God with me. I had Jesus who helped me through it all. Hold on, I think she's hungry. And without my husband, without God, I don't think I'd be here right now. But I also did it for this little girl, because I had been through so much, me and her, through my pregnancy, that I wasn't gonna let depression win, you know what I mean? I wasn't gonna let it take over my life. But yeah guys, that was my pregnancy, that was my labor and delivery, the whole story. I probably did forget some stuff, as I'm gonna be editing, and I'm gonna be like, oh, I forgot this, oh, I forgot that. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.